Now, I think it's pretty clear that the United States of America has an enormous influence on Europe, to such a degree that you could almost say that the EU is kind of like a subdivision of the United States government. Now, one of the best examples of that is, of course, Germany. Germany, the powerhouse of Europe, the economic engine of Europe. And it seems like the German government has been completely overtaken by US policies and US ideas. Let me give you a few examples. So first of all, there's the unwavering support, the unconditional support almost for Israel in its war on Gaza. So as you can read in this article from Al Jazeera, so since Israel launched its latest war on Gaza, Germany has stood firmly by its ally. Even as warnings of a genocide committed by Israeli forces have mounted, the German government has not budged. On October 12th, Chancellor Olaf Scholz proclaimed that there is only one place for Germany, which is side by side with Israel, and indeed it has not moved from this stance. Now, this behavior from Germany is right out of the American playbook, so anything that Israel does or says, we will support them unconditionally. Now, of course, Germany might also have another reason for unconditionally supporting Israel that has something to do with the Second World War, but I believe more so that this support is driven by United States policies, which in turn is also driven by the Israeli lobby. Now, Germany even goes so far as to ban pro-Palestinians. So as you can read in this article from Jacobin, Yanis Varoufakis was scheduled to deliver a video message to a Palestine conference in Berlin on Friday, but police shut down the event. Varoufakis tells Jacobin how the Germans silenced him and why they've now banned him from entering the country. Well, that is pretty extreme, but that is what Germany is today. Now, another example of US inspiration, let me call it that, is this article right here. This is an article from Euronews, and it says, could Germany be the first in Europe to ban TikTok? Lawmakers call for debate following US vote. Now, anyone who has followed the developments in the US TikTok ban knows that this is absolutely ridiculous. We all know why this has happened, and it's got nothing to do with protecting the rights of Americans. It's not in the interests of Americans. But now, apparently, Germany, or at least some lawmakers in Germany, are trying to do exactly the same as the US. And it's very, very clear to me that this is inspired by what has happened in the United States. And also here, it's not at all in the interests of German citizens. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, probably the best example of US involvement is what's been happening with the Ukraine war. Now, we all know, or at least we should all know, that this war is all about NATO expansion and the absolute arrogance of the West that must have thought that they were going to defeat Russia just like that. Now, it's turned out to be a complete disaster, but the thing is, Russia used to be probably the most important economic partner for Germany. You know, it was crucial to their industry, so Russia was providing Germany with cheap energy, and that was the basis for the success of Germany. But somehow, all of a sudden, Germany decided to start to decouple from Russia. Do you really believe that they came up with this themselves? And even when the Nord Stream pipeline was blown up, the Nord Stream pipeline was a multi-billion euro project that was going to provide Germany with cheap Russian gas. Even when that happened, Germany didn't say anything, even though we all know who was behind this. We all know it. Still, Germany didn't say anything, they didn't do anything. Germany kept silent and they just let it happen. Even though it was detrimental to the German industry, the German economy, and with that also the European economy. I think by now we can say that Germany is no longer Germany. Germany is very fast becoming a subsidiary of the United States government.